Alrighty. Let's see if this thing works and stays in place. Alright. For those of you who have been watching the channel, then the update is that I had Tesla Mobile come out yesterday to look at the right pillar camera, but they never really looked at the camera. They just talked about the software, and they couldn't see in the logs anything unusual going on. So they effectively reset the autopilot to, I don't know, I guess factory settings, and I've got to do some driving now to get it to calibrate all over again. Not happy. Also not happy the fact that I've also discovered I've got hardware 2.5, not 3. Despite the fact this thing was built at the end of August 2019. And he is actually going to, the technician is going to look into it for me as to why that happened. There's 2 issues with this. One, it shouldn't have happened if Tesla's been doing hardware 3 since April. And 2, I want it fixed, and I want people who have also been affected other than me also made whole. So those are the 2 pushes, and I guess of course there's a fallout from that to get the process working properly on the production line. Fine if they had 2.5s lying around, put them in cars where people aren't buying FSD. But if somebody's purchased FSD, put the darn hardware 3 in. Because you're just basically making more work for yourself, costing more money, and putting your clients at an inconvenience to go down to the service station, which could be hundreds of kilometers away, to get the upgrade. So there's no upside to putting 2.5 in cars after April when you've got FSD paid for. It's just an inconvenience to Tesla, it's an inconvenience to the client, it's money and time and effort all wasted just for organizing a little better on the production line. I don't know if that's actually happening. At this point in time, I've been stonewalled in calling the local service station, in basically online chat and service calls to Tesla. It's all, I've been given, you know, I hate to say this, rhetoric. Sort of stuff you'd hear from a big corp that is just basically would give you the finger if it didn't have a negative impact. And that's what I felt like was happening. The only person who actually did take it in and see about following it up is the technician that called by. Hopefully he's got some way of pushing back on Tesla to get this addressed. Anyway, that's my rant over. As you can see, the little indicator here is got a little blue piece at the bottom. I don't think the camera's going to pick that up, but it's basically it's got a circle around the wheel, and it's just building up little bits. I had the same thing with the delivery. After the delivery, it did that as well, and it did it very quickly. So I'm hoping that that's going to happen again quickly. So no autopilot, and probably no other auto functions at all until that gets calibrated. My take on it is that with the messages I saw up, especially when the right-hand camera blocked message came up and then it started flashing on and off rapidly for several seconds, gave me one of 2 paths to follow. One, software was looping or glitching. 2, there was a physical connection to the camera that is not fully connected, and driving along on the roads was bumping it. And I was driving, I'm driving in winter in Calgary, Canada. So yeah, we got pretty rough roads here in winter. So I was, that's where I would be looking, but apparently just resetting it, we'll see what happens. They're obviously not too worried. I guess they're fairly confident in their own builds, which is good. Maybe recalibrating is all it needed, but there have been some real issues with this this car and this in its autopilot. Since basically November 10th, when it just crashed and burned on our local McLeod Trail South for absolutely no reason. Now bear in mind, I'm an IT guy, I watch these things, I've programmed computers and mainframes for decades. You get to learn about how things respond, especially when you do things like risk analysis or risk testing. You get to see all the pathways that the data takes you, and I carefully watch the car's responses and compare them to what I would do. Lane changing, for example, if you look at on my channel, it's lane changing is actually very good, except for the time when my camera went out and it wouldn't do a left-hand lane change at all on Navigate on autopilot. But other than that, it'll pass a car and then pull back in. So I'm very happy about that. Alrighty, we're leaving the Tesla service center. One of the good things about Tesla, in my research, is that the culture of Tesla is built around Elon Musk's values. And because of his background, he's very motivated to do the right thing. So I'm confident that once I can bring this hardware 2.5 thing to somebody's attention in the right place, that maybe they can get this production line fixed so that people buying FSD don't land up with the old hardware. Because, as you all know, that means trips to the service center that could be hundreds of kilometers away to get an upgrade, and it puts Tesla to expense that needn't have happened if they just bothered to tie hardware to full self-driving purchases. It's an efficiency thing. And I'm very loath to go on media because tweeting Elon, who knows what short sellers sitting there waiting to try and recover lost monies and would jump all over this. Chances are it's been fixed. I mean, I can't be the only person who's raised this as an issue. Being a shareholder, you don't want the shares to go down. It's not like this pays dividends. It's, I'm in it for the long haul, and hopefully at some point down the road it will pay dividends. Anyways, I'm about halfway through on my calibration. As you can see, halfway through on the calibration. Wonderful. 0.6 is going rapidly. No, it seems to be on. I certainly didn't register it. Camera calibration complete. Let's try it. Alright. Off autopilot because I need to come off at Center Street by the Tesla service center. Okay, this thing is hopefully going to drive me all the way up to Cross Iron Mills to get a charge. It's telling me it's preconditioning the battery. Navigate's just gone offline. Wonderful. Why is that? I'm taking over and getting into this lane quickly because it's not doing anything here. It's not taking me where I'm supposed to go. It's supposed to be navigating on autopilot at this point. It put me on that just a few minutes ago and then it's just kicked off. So, oh, here we go. Right door pillar blocked or blinded. This is the first navigate on autopilot I've tried since the car's been reset. Okay, I might just come off and go straight down to Tesla here, or maybe book something online. No, I think maybe I'll just finish my journey and see if I can get some degree of... Yep, it's back on, but goodness knows how efficient it is if it keeps thinking the right pillar camera is offline. Well, that was fortunate that I got it on video. Sunday, January 5th, 3 days after they've reset the car's autopilot, so I had to go drive around to recalibrate it. It's been telling me for the last 3 days that I can't do Smart Summit. Because it's calibrating the cameras. I took snapshots of my phone to back that up. So we'll see. I'll submit that along with this video and we'll see if these guys can actually fix the problem.